So over the weekend, I got to play Payday 3 closed beta. And overall, it's safe to say that Payday 3 is going to be a fantastic game come release this September. Now, on the surface of it, Payday 3 looks like Payday 2.5 or some sort of DLC, expansion, remaster, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, what they've done is they've taken the formula of Payday 2 and put it on a new engine and made tweaks. Something similar to what Counter-Strike is doing with Counter-Strike 2. But Payday 3 plays really, really well. I had a blast playing this beta. The graphics looked good. I ran max settings on my PC. It looked good. It ran good. I didn't experience any bugs or glitches or anything of the sort other than the one technical issue that I was aware of going into the beta. And that issue was that they had to pull the player progression during the beta because of some sort of server issues or what have you, and eventually that got fixed. Unfortunately for me, what that means was the better part of my experience playing the beta, I was stuck at level 1 and couldn't progress. I couldn't even buy guns. It wasn't until the latter part of the weekend when I had a little bit of time, I was able to jump on and level up a little bit and try some of the other weapons and items that you can get. But overall, aside from that, I had a very good experience. The server connectivity, for the most part for me, was pretty good. I did have instances of players on my team that would either get disconnected or maybe they left, I don't know. But in terms of my own experience, I never got disconnected. I never had any networking issues, none of the sort. Overall, though, I had a blast playing it. The game, obviously, the beta only gave us one heist, so you had to repeat it. You did have the multiple difficulties, but you only had the one heist to work with, and you didn't have all of the skills and things possible. And the game, I believe, was capped at level 21 or 22, something like that. But overall, in terms of what is here, there is a lot here. There is a lot that's going to be part of the game. You have a vast skill tree. You can upgrade your weapons. You perform heists. You get the money. You use that money to reinvest it to give yourself better gear, better cosmetics if you want the cosmetics, etc. If you've played Payday 2, you already know what you're going into with Payday 3. And Payday 3, to me, I think it's exactly what the fans of the genre want. They wanted a new Payday. They want new missions. They want new weapons. They want new toys. They want new heists, the whole 9 yards. And obviously, being a beta, we don't have access to the full product. But what we had here was absolutely fantastic. There is a couple of issues to be known with in terms of the actual gameplay side of things. One of the things was your squad's AI. Your squad AI is pretty dumb. So if you don't get a full squad during matchmaking, or you don't have 3 friends to jump on with, having AI, they're kind of useless for the most part. They don't really do much in terms of helping you. So like, if you do get AI on your team, it kind of sucks. If you get levers or disconnects, it kind of sucks. So that was, one of the issues. I've seen people talk about the difficulty of the game. Now, personally speaking, I only played on normal as well as hard. The normal difficulty seemed pretty fine. It was fair. If you're in a squad that knew what you were doing, you can just utterly dominate and kick ass. If you're with people who don't know what they're doing, it could be a challenge in some way, shape, or form. Speaking of not knowing what they are doing, now, it was understood that the HUD in the game is not the same HUD that we're going to get when the game launches, which is fine, but the game doesn't tell you anything. So if this is your first time playing the game, you log on, you don't know shit. It tells you the objective, hey, do this, but there's no markers telling you where it is. There's nothing telling you where things are or how things operate. And one of the other issues I had with this beta came in the form of the game's menu screen when it came to looking at the game's controls. One of the issues I had was that there was controls that weren't listed. that you wouldn't know. You had to kind of like play it by ear and figure out like how do you throw your money back. Well, it doesn't really tell you that. You know, there was things about the controls where it just tells you that the item's missing or whatever, and you have no idea what that input does. And that was kind of tedious. I assume that in terms of the menu for the controls, that will be fixed for launch. But the main issue was going into a game and not knowing what the hell you're doing. You go into a map and be like, I don't know where I'm doing. I don't know where to go. And I think those are things that should be ironed out. Hopefully they do something about that. At least on the like easier difficulties. Like if you're playing on normal, maybe give the UI a HUD saying, hey, this is where this is. And again, you're playing it on normal. You're not playing it on hard or any of the harder difficulties. Where, yeah, at that point, I do believe the HUD doesn't need to tell you anything. You should know what you're doing because most players are not going to jump on the hardest difficulty without seeing the map at least once or twice. But overall, this Payday 3 is shaping up to be a fantastic game, a fantastic sequel, especially for fans of the original of Payday 2, especially for people who are looking for a good co-op experience that has a lot to offer. The best part about Payday 3, come launch in September, it's also on Game Pass. So if you have a PC, if you're on Xbox, if you have Game Pass, you don't even have to spend money to buy the game. You can literally just download it and play day one. And I think this is great for the game. I think this is a great way to add more players to an already popular IP. Personally, I'm looking forward to Payday 3. I'm looking forward to playing with friends. The beta, for the most part, was a great experience for me. I had a great time playing it, and I can't wait for the full release come September. There are some issues, sure, but that could be ironed out, that could be fixed. Obviously, this is an older build, but we'll see how it plays out. But considering that it's coming to Game Pass, I mean, everybody should be stoked to play this, especially if you're going to play cooperatively with some buddies. This is going to be a great game, and I look forward to Payday 3. And I think you should too. But overall, Payday 3 comes out September, available on all platforms, available via Game Pass, so that's great. Great game, great mechanics, great gameplay, great graphics, great challenge, the whole 9 yards. This is going to be a full, complete package that I think a lot of people can really have fun with, whether you're a new player or a returning Payday player. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.